right. Great Monday morning. Hope everyone's doing well. Welcome to our 15 Minutes to Mastery. My name is Cesar Mascoro Jr. with Manufactured Home Sales Mastery. And we come in each and every day at 8:15 Central Standard Time, Central Daylight Time, and share a little bit of information, inspiration, and motivation to get your day going off on the right foot. And we do it to make sure that you are as best prepared for the day, because we know that the day, the business, everything comes at you fast and hard, and it's month in week. Folks, hope you're doing well. Hope you're ready to go. Hope you're ready to take on the end of the month. I know it could get crazy. Believe me, every time month in week came these last few years as general manager, oh my gosh, right? Trying to squeeze deals in, trying to get homes delivered, trying to get them set, funded, everything so that we can end the month off strong and at the same time set up the rest of our team for a strong start to the next month, which May already, man. Almost half the year is gone. Where does the time go? I swear, man. As you get older, it's like they say, as you get older, time flies. Time is just, it just gets by you so darn quick. So today we're talking about a topic that you're going to hear a lot about from us, because it's so very important when it comes to being able to operate at a high level, to operate in a manner that is going to get you where you need to be, where you want to be. And it's visualization. And a lot of times this is something that can be misconstrued. And so we're going to get into that as well. We're going to make sure that you understand the difference between visualization and just dreaming or daydreaming, right? Um, but it still does play a huge factor when it comes to sales. I don't know about you, but I was one that always believed that whatever you put out in the universe, that's what you're going to get back. Whether you want to call it secret, whatever it is that you want to refer to it as, I strong karma, just your strong belief in God. To me, it's based on my belief in a higher powers, belief in God, and that God provides as long as we're putting in the work, right? But whatever you believe to be true is true, as we talked about a few days ago. But today we're talking about visualization. Check this out. It says the key to effective visualization is to create the most detailed, clear, and vivid picture to focus on. The key to effective visualization is to create the most detailed, clear, vivid picture to focus on. Kind of sounds like goals, right? You want to make sure that they're clear, that they're detailed, that they're vivid, so that they are alive and they mean something to you. But why is visualization so important? Well, here's why visualization is key for those of us in manufactured home sales. For those of you in sales, really in life, visualization is so important because it is what starts to pull you forward. It is what starts to make things real for you. Okay. In other words, if you set a goal, right? It's one thing you set your goals. You write it. You're writing out your goals for the year. I want to. Let's talk about health, right? Okay. I want to release 30 pounds. Talked about it yesterday on 15 Minutes Mastery over these next 18 months. I personally want to get down to about 10-12% body fat. Well, that's all great, right? That's great. Perfect. It's a great goal to have. Anyone out there. And it's attainable also, right? It's something that can be done. It's going to take a lot of work. So taking that goal, writing out the plan, everything about it is so important. However, life comes at you, right? You're out. I travel a lot for our business. So how do I stick to eating right? Because that's been something that's also gotten me over the last 4 or 5 months that I've been traveling a lot more is, oh my gosh, I don't have the time to really, I can't meal prep and bring those meals with me on the road. It's harder for me to find places to eat. I got to take the time to go. Excuses, right? Excuses. Anyway, visualizing what I want to be, how I want to look, what I'm trying to accomplish will then let me pull forward during those moments where I'm thinking of having the meal I shouldn't have, sitting down and eating a whole pizza because I can, ordering the burger and the fries, or ordering the burger and eating the whole burger with the buns and everything else, and the fries and the soda. Man, without visualization, without having that clear, right, vivid picture to focus on, I then will give in, not following the steps I need to follow in order to reach the goal I'm trying to accomplish. Same thing with you in sales, same thing for myself. Without having the goal, whenever I started in this business, not knowing about the business, well, I didn't really know what to focus on, right? And I just went at it. And as it became clear to me, I started to visualize, hey, okay, well, I can actually get to this part. I can grow within this company, and I can become a sales manager. I can become an operation man. I can be a GM. Oh, you know what? With the first place I was at, why can't I open up a location in a different city that we're not even in? I can. But it's all about visualization. I started visualizing these things, and then in turn, it gave me the insight and the skills necessary, or pointed me in the right direction to get the skills that I needed in order to accomplish those goals. And that's why visualization is so important, because it makes those things real for you and it's a driving factor. Think about it, if your goal is to buy a certain vehicle, if you're not visualizing it, you're not seeing it, you're not passionate about that goal, and so then you don't have that clear and vivid picture to focus on, so you don't put in the steps, you don't put in the work, and you're driving around in your Yugo all the time, okay? But there's a difference between visualization and dreaming or daydreaming, right? And here you go. Visualization is, it bridges the gap between what is and what can be. We know where we're at right now, right? We understand the reality of where we are at, but you also know where you wanna go. You also know that you wanna deliver X amount of houses. You also know that you wanna make so much a year. You also know that you wanna take that income and you wanna accomplish these things. You wanna do these things for yourself, for your family, for your community, whomever it may be, right? So you start to visualize, not daydream, because daydreaming is sitting there at the office and thinking, "Huh, I wish I was out on the beach right now in Hawaii with a, pina colada and, just hanging out, having a great old time." That's fantastic, and I hope you do. However, the difference between daydreaming is just picturing that. Visualizing is seeing it, believing it, and coming up with the plan to make it happen. There you go. There's your difference between daydreaming, visualizing. Daydreaming, it'd be nice. It would be nice to be able to do this. It must be nice to do this or have that. Visualizing, hey, I'm going to get this. I want to have this. And because of that, I know that I need to do X, Y, and Z. And when I get X, Y, and Z accomplished, I will be able to do this. So let me get to work on X, Y, and Z. How many homes do you have to deliver? What's your average gross profit got to be based on the commission that you get paid? Well, do you get any sort of bonuses? Those kinds of things. Now, in order for me to sell X amount of houses, how many ads do I need to place? How many people do I need to speak to? How many appointments do I need to have each and every week? Out of those appointments, how many do I have to sell? From the ones that I sell, how many do I have to pull through? And if I can increase my pull through by 10%, what is that? How does that affect my ability to not only accomplish that goal, but maybe do a different? That, my friends, is effective visualization. Effective visualization. And then on top of that is putting in the work. It's not just good enough to visualize it, it's followed by massive action each and every day, putting in the work to make it happen. That is effective visualization. Seeing what you want, making the plan, putting the plan in action. That right there is going to do it. Now, how do we do that in manufactured home sales? Well, I kind of gave you already a little bit of breakdown when I talked about it earlier, right? But check this out. Look at what happens when you start to visualize and you start to be effective with that visualization. It not only is going to point you in the right direction, but it affects your attention span. Why? Because it's more realistic to you. So you pay more attention to the details of what it's going to take. You get to focus. You focus more on the work at hand, on the daily tasks that need to get done. Flexibility. Well, since you just said we need to have discipline. What do you mean by flexibility? Flexibility in the sense that, hey, some of those steps that you're taking may not actually work. They may not actually be the correct steps. So you adjust, you pivot, you redirect yourself in the direction that you need to go in order to be able to keep moving forward with that visualization in mind. Creativity. You are able to come up with the plans. You're able to problem solve a lot quicker, a lot faster because you are being effective with your visualization. Speed. You work a lot faster to getting towards that goal because you have that plan in place and you're backing it by massive action. And the memory, it just really, really compounds. You grow your memory exponentially. When you visualize your goal, me as general manager, I've used this example before, right? And I can only speak of myself because I don't know you personally. So those of you watching and listening, I can only tell you my personal experience. When I was general manager and I knew what I was after, I knew what the goals I was trying to accomplish, I knew how many homes I had to get done between my team, and I was always pushing to get that done. And because of that, I remembered everyone's deals and I remembered everyone's little nuances of the different deals. More so sometimes than a lot of the housing consultants. Why? Because they weren't on the same level as far as what they were after. Not because I was any better than them, but because I knew what I was after. And if you get on that same boat, you'll be able to make things happen as well. You're going to see yourself become a different person. You're going to operate on a whole different level. You're going to be that much more effective. You're going to be that much more passionate. You're going to be that much more disciplined to stay on track and keep working. Or when you do run into those walls, you're going to be able to either go over them or go right the heck through them. But it takes effective visualization. How do we do it in this business? For those of you that are housing consultants right now, I will tell you, you are coming up on the middle of the year. You need to take a look at where are you at compared to goals that you had set for yourself. Start with the dollar amount. What is the dollar amount that you want to make this year of 2024? Where are you in comparison? What's the difference? And based on the difference between now and the end of the year, excuse me, the difference of the between now and the end of the year, how much does that average out per house based on the amount of gross profit, the average gross profit? If you don't know what the average gross profit is, a deal in your location, you need to get with your DM, with the ownership, whoever may have that information. Say, how much is the average gross profit here that you've seen? And then two things that you can do. One, you can either divide that number into the dollar amount that you're missing, and that way you come out with the amount of houses that you've got to deliver between now and the end of the year to hit the goal that you're after, and double that number. Because remember, it takes two to get one. Okay, so if you come out with 40, if you come out with I got to deliver another 30 houses between now and the end of the year, you've got to shoot for 60. Because when you shoot for 60, you'll end up between around that 30 mark and you'll hit that goal. Okay. But here's the other thing. The other thing that you can do, knowing the average gross profit, well, the average gross profit here right now, with the way the economy is in the market, we're looking at about $12,000 a floor. Okay, great. What can I do to increase that for myself to 15 to $18,000 of average? That means you getting better. That means you growing. That means you providing better value. That means you building value each and every step of the way. That means you improving so that you can increase the average gross profit, not have to sell 60. Maybe you can make it up with only 22. Now it's 44 homes you got to sell, right? Because you're building more value, you're getting a larger average gross profit, you're making more money, you hit that number. But it takes visualization first. You've got to understand, what are you going to do with that money? It can't just be about the money. What are you going to do with it? Because that is what's going to make that dollar figure real for you. And you've got to paint that picture very clearly. What will you do if you want to make 200 grand this year? What are you doing with those 200 grand? If you have only made 60,000, 70,000, the most in your life, and you're trying to increase by another 130, what are you doing with the other $130,000 besides paying taxes on them? Don't get me started, right? Um, Knowing what you're doing with those other 130 and having a clearly defined goal for those 130 are going to make all the difference in the world as to whether or not you actually accomplish that. So be very, very clear. That is the benefit of effective visualization. And if you need help breaking down the rest of this year for yourself so that you can be highly effective, get with us at Manufactured Home Sales Master. We'll run you through that whole process. We'll help you out. We'll help you figure this out so that you can operate at a whole new level, take your life, your business career to the new level, an elite level. That's what we do here at Manufactured Home Sales Mastery. And we'll do that with you for free. And if you feel that we can help you make that happen, which I know we can, now, my friends, you are stepping up your game. You guys have a great Monday. Have a great week. Have a great end of month. And I hope that you end up where you wanted to when you started out. Have a great day, folks. From all of us here at Manufactured Home Sales Mastery, we can't wait to meet you.